Good mythical weekend. Today we're destroying some of our crew's most prized possessions in an extreme game of show and tell. Yay! This is Breaking Memories. Y'all seem like oddly excited about destroying your things. Welcome, Jarvis. Thank you for joining us. You may or may not be losing something that's very important to you today.
That stresses me out.
Yeah, that's what we like to do with our guests. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. There's going to be two people sitting right here. They're each going to have an item that they brought. The thing is, they're going to both purport that their items are prized to them and they mean a lot. But one of them is going to be lying. Sorry, can you guys hear me? Because I need to see eyes. Thank you. So the three people sitting here are going to be the judges, but now look at the camera. And the Emily.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Not yet. Not yet. She's always asking me that. The judges are going to be seated here. They're going to listen to these two show and tell items that are happening right here. There's going to be a liar. The judges are going to have to determine the liar. If you guys are wrong in the judges' chair, that means somebody's actual prized possession gets destroyed. So emotionally, I think you're going to be destroyed as well. And with that, are you ready to play?
Yeah.
Less enthusiastic this time, but
Okay.
I'll take it. Okay, Chase and Matt, you're going to be our showers and tellers first. So Chase, why don't you go ahead and show and tell us about your alleged prized possession?
This is my actual prized possession. So this is a handmade micro fleece cover that I made for my chinchilla, who I had for 17 years. He passed a couple years ago.
Oh.
And I got it when I was 11. So when I was 11, I didn't realize that, like, there are a lot of things that chinchillas are finicky about. They chew all the time, and so, like, all the plastic in the cages that you buy, you need to remove that because it'll get in their system. There's, like, a specific kind of wood that they're supposed to chew on to, like, help their teeth and for treats and things. And so slowly, as I grew up, I started to become, like, a lot more conscious and a much better, pet dad. And one of the things that they recommend is these, like, soft micro fleece covers. And as soon as I, like, got it from Joann's and, like, stitched it into this little fitted sheet and put over, like, the plastic trays and everything, he was just, like, so much more comfortable. He'd start to, like, sleep in all these, like, fun little spots, and I'd find him just, like, nuzzling and, like, being so much sweeter, and he became nicer to me. And when he passed, I am part of, like, some chinchilla, like, groups on Reddit and Facebook and other places. And a lot of times people are like, oh, I just got a chinchilla and I need some stuff. And so I, like, gave a bunch of things away. And this was, like, the thing that I went to go mail to somebody who, like, just got a chinchilla. And I, like, broke down because I was like, I can't get rid of this yet because I made it for him. And it just reminds me of him. And so I've just, like, I've got it in, like, just a little drawer with some stuff that was his. And it's, I don't know, I'm still a little bit attached to it in a big way, even though I literally just hemmed some, like, a stitch from Joann fabrics, and, like, it's very, very plain and basic, but...
This is going to be a very sad episode.
Yes, it is.
Well, destroy whatever
How do you
Matt's
destroy
got, 'cause
this?
I don't know.
I don't even know how you
He
destroy
could be lying,
and I love it so
He
much.
could be lying.
What was
And
the
it's
chinchilla's name? You
So,
never said it.
his name is AJ.
What
I
was
named
it?
him after my grandpa, who had, like, just passed away before I got the chinchilla.
Jesus!
There's a lot of death.
This is too much depth.
Story.
And he's so sweet. Do you remember when we were on tour, someone gave me a little chinchilla
They did.
that had a collar, it said AJ on it.
Okay.
So
Good
yeah.
story.
This is crazy. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, Matt.
What do you got?
By the way, that could all just be a long con. I just wanna let you
Yes, that is true.
know. So this is mine, and this is actually real, unlike Chase, who is going to create this whole elaborate lie and use emotion to manipulate you into thinking, no, this is my possum blanket from when I was a kid, who my daughter is now using. This is my posse.
Big daughter you got.
Well, listen, she's a leap.
She's 1 year old.
She's a leap. I mean, leaves, we're a thick stock, I tell you. So yeah, this is when I was a kid. So I have a twin sister, and she got a posse, and I wanted to get a posse too because I was like, this isn't fair, even though this was, coded.
Is
My
the
parents
blanket called
thought,
a posse?
yeah, this is my warm posse, and and so yeah, this is what we call it. This is like all of our friends, like a posse, right? And it's hairy. It's a hairy posse, and like. And when I grew up, I was really jealous of my sister's posse because I didn't have one. And so eventually my parents got over the fact of the gendered thing with the like flowers and stuff like that. They're like, Matt can have a posse too, which I thought was nice of them and pretty progressive.
It's a pretty good shape for a blanket that a boy used and then now another child is using.
Well, I mean, posses are pretty elastic, They can deal with a lot of.
How long are you going to go with this plan?
I don't know what you're talking about, and I will not respond. It is very warm and it feels good.
It is cute.
I'm telling you, that type of blanket, you wash it once, it doesn't look shiny like that anymore.
Well, some people take care of their posses.
This is all feels like a setup for just this pun, but this garment here, if it was used by a chinchilla for 17 years,
Right?
is extremely brand new looking.
Oh, I was very clear that I had to become a good pet parent. So this is not 17 years old.
Okay,
This is
but
like
how
6
old
years
is
old.
But it's even 6 years
Even
old.
6.
That's true. Can I have it?
I don't care
See how-
if Chase's is fake. I'm still going to choose that not to have that destroyed.
Matt, based on your
Fine,
story,
that's not really
regardless of
something
if it's true, I need that destroyed. Under all circumstances, that has to cease to exist.
This is owned by my daughter now.
Your daughter can't remember anything.
Well, the chinchilla can't remember anything. It's
your
dead.
big ass daughter.
We've got to get rid of this before your daughter can form memories.
Oh, that's
You're gonna you're gonna break something that my daughter, who is currently alive,
I've never met your daughter.
would be
That's
using,
suspicious.
as opposed to what.
Met
None of
Matt's
us have met
daughter.
your daughter. I've met the chinchilla virtually.
Also,
I have a daughter.
None of us have met her.
I have a daughter.
This is starting to.
Yeah, I've seen her on the Christmas card, but
Yeah.
I've never met her.
Well,
Whose fault
she's
was
busy.
that?
She's busy.
Judges, it seems like the three of you are aligned. Is it the posse that's going?
Yes.
Kill
Yes.
Matt.
Wow.
The problem is
Yeah,
that
put
it
him under
doesn't
the-
matter if the story's true. I need that to go.
Yes.
I can't.
But I
Deal
just
with this
washed
anymore.
it.
Yeah,
No, you
Okay.
didn't.
Now, just for your own safety, judges, I need you to just scoot back a little.
Will we stay
And
put?
Matt, I'm so sorry, but
What?
you're gonna need to part with your item because the judges have chosen your item. So why don't you go
Just the
ahead?
parting of
and
the
just-
posse is amazing.
Yeah, it was official. Just go ahead and give Lucas your
Good
thing.
luck.
And we won't.
God.
We
Wait,
know.
am I doing it?
The reveal is to come, so we don't know just how much this means yet. So let's
No.
just-
I don't think we're far enough away.
I was like we should get closer.
Oh! Oh!
Pre-destruction.
Oh!
Magic.
Oh, my posse!
If someone would do that to my posse, my life would get a lot easier.
Why didn't you tell us to move? When did this explode?
This is entertainment right here.
Did you put the safety on for me? Is that what you did? Oh, no, you didn't.
The fibers in the air.
Uh-oh, don't breathe it in. Sometimes you get posse hairs in your...
Okay, Lucas, I saw how proud you were of that. And Matt, how do you feel?
I mean, I feel sad for this blanket that you guys just showed me a few minutes ago.
Hey!
Thank you, guys. I was really, really not looking forward to this getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Jarvis and Jordan, welcome to the table where your things get destroyed. Jarvis, would you like to show and tell first?
I would. My item, and I'm so excited to share it all with you. It's a little piece of history. It's something I'm a little nerdy about. People know I like to nerd out about video games. And here we have a Game Boy Advance SP. So to set the stage, the year is 2001. I'm a kid, okay? And I like to stay inside in the hot Florida summers.
Sure.
And sit, I was gonna say under my covers, but it wasn't under the covers. It was sitting in front of the fan. And play Pokemon Ruby, which was the best-selling game on the Game Boy Advance. Not a lot of people know this. Game Boy Advance is a 32-bit system. It was a huge technological improvement over the Game Boy. And Nintendo did it again. What can I say about the Game Boy Advance?
Anything else?
Yeah, no, it's like you've talked about your emotional attachment to it. Not at all.
Yeah, so
Playing it.
when I went to college, I went to Georgia Tech, studied computer science. One of my computer science classes was called Computer Organization and Programming, CS 2110, and it focused on the low-level C programming language.
You know we're gonna destroy this.
Yeah, 100%. You're toast.
And one of the projects for it was to
Kiss it goodbye.
one of the projects. Excuse me. I gotta
Be
talk
not.
about
Hey, I could do really, really poorly. Okay.
I'm sorry. I know you're
I
a
could do
guest.
a really bad job. Be nice.
One of my projects was to build a game for the Game Boy Advance. So I got to actually write code. I built a little Pokemon game, like a little Pokemon rock, paper, scissors game. And I got to print it onto a cartridge and play it on my childhood Game Boy.
That's cool.
Now that's
which was
cool.
very cool.
Oh, that's a fun.
Yeah, and so I just countless. The SP specifically was like awesome because it was it had its own backlit screen. So I don't know if you've seen those little lamps that you'd plug into your Game Boy, and you'd sit under the covers and you'd stay up till 2 a.m. playing games and get enough sleep.
Sorry.
So here's the thing. During the winters, it gets cold in Florida. People don't realize this. I would sit under the covers with the light, and I also had to hide. I had to hide that I was gaming. I was late night gaming from parents that would want to be snooping on my sleep.
Snooping on that.
What other games did you play besides Pokemon?
Well, to be honest, it was a lot of Pokemon. Specifically in here, we've got Snood.
What is that? What is that? Explain
Snood
it.
is a
Ask
puzzle
more
game.
questions.
It's like Snood is a puzzle game. It's like Breakout.
But this means a lot to you, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But you didn't bring your game that you made?
I didn't bring the game that I made. That got lost.
Feels like you're cheating.
And also Snood in
Well-
it, but he only played Pokemon?
I was in college a long time ago. I don't have the cartridge.
Okay. We've heard from Jarvis. Jordan, what have you brought?
I feel like I need the Shania Twain, let's go, girls. Okay, mine is my
Purple.
I love my Furby so much. I got it for Christmas, and I remember being like, I want a Furby so bad. And my parents were like, you absolutely will not be getting a Furby. And then on Christmas, I did, in fact, get a Furby. And I knew what it was the second I walked downstairs, because I don't know if y'all remember, they used to come in like an octagonal box. Or like it was a hexagon. I don't know. It was like a multi-sided. Yes, multi-sided, like
definitely a
tall. Yeah, it was in a shape, but it was such a distinct shape that when I saw it wrapped, I was like, "That's a Furby!" And I was so excited, and I still have it. And
What's its name?
this Furby. What do you mean?
Wait, you don't name your Furbies?
No,
I didn't have one.
Species.
There's
right?
so many
Yeah.
Furbies, though.
it was just Furby. My Furby. You named your Furby?
I didn't have a Furby. I was probably a woman when
Oh.
Furbies
Did your Furby never creep you out? Because wouldn't it be like, I'm Furby?
No, I liked that, and I was infatuated with the concept of my Furby saying "mama." So, because you apparently you could teach
So
it
you
to
could have a
speak.
name.
So I could have a name,
not
yeah. You could teach it to speak. So I would hold it and I would look at it and I would say "mama, mama, mama," and it never did it back. And I still obviously own this. It lives in my house. I didn't pull this out from a box or anything. This is on a shelf next to my father-in-law's urn.
So is my Game Boy Advance SP. Next to my father-in-law's urn.
It's
Wait,
so
does it
beautiful.
still work?
No, because
Oh.
it would sit on the shelf, and then my fiance would walk by and it would sometimes make a little noise, and she was like, I already don't want the Furby in the house at all.
If you put your pinky finger in its little beak, does it bite?
Not right now because it's off, but yeah,
But it
I mean, it
would?
doesn't hurt, but it's like, it kind of gently,
I don't like those things, I don't think.
Yeah.
okay, sorry.
Okay, Gwyneth,
hammer.
that's not the game, though.
Okay.
Judges, I don't want any of you to like influence each other. So I'm gonna go down the line and ask you what should be destroyed. Christine?
I say the Game Boy. We gotta get it out of here. Yeah, Game Boy for sure.
I'm realizing now that you could just, everyone else can hear you. But Gwyneth?
I think that Furby's gotta go.
Gwyneth.
I've got to play my Snood.
Gwyneth.
Sorry, were you guys deliberating? I'm playing Snood, which I've done so many times before.
Okay, Emily.
I for your fiance, I want to destroy that.
No.
But I'm going with the Snood.
Thank
baby.
you, thank you.
Let's get it out of here. I'm sorry, Jarvis. I like you, dude. I hope
This
you come
is-
back.
Okay,
is
for
gonna hurt.
everyone's safety, this time everyone can back up because
Okay.
Mad Dog Lucas is coming in with a new weapon.
Hiding behind this table.
I'm just going to warn everyone that this is going to upset vintage video game collectors everywhere.
Oh no.
Vintage video game community.
I can't look. My childhood.
It's so loud.
Lucas, I'm nervous
horrible.
about your own hand.
Everyone's watching me.
We could have killed the Furby, but no.
We've killed a lot of Furbies on GMM. I think it's time to do something different.
Not my Snood.
Snood stick.
Cool hammer.
Can I reveal something now?
Please.
So, that is not my Game Boy, but this actually is my Game Boy Advance. This is it's not the exact one, but this is the model that my mom bought me in 2001. My mom, who's no longer with us, so I do keep this around as a keepsake. But I couldn't sit here and let your actual Furby go to waste. So, but I did want to bring this and show it off.
Should I just Stevie?
No! Cut!
Lucas.
I'm confused.
Lucas is sick with
He's our guest.
He's
our
mad.
guest.
He's mad with dog. Please.
The second episode of Rhett and Link's Wonder Hole premiered yesterday on the original Rhett and Link YouTube channel. Check that video out when you're finished here, and be sure to tell Rhett and Link that the Mythical Crew sent you. Emily and Christine, welcome. Emily, you want to
good to
show
see
and
you
tell
again.
us first?
Me first. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a Green Ranger dagger flute. It makes still works. What? You don't like that?
It's just high pitch. Go on.
All right. Maybe if I put it in my mouth. There's a lot of teeth marks on this little flute thing. So when I was a kid, my dad was on the road a lot. My dad is a musician, so he wasn't home. But to kind of try to make up for it, he'd go to Toys R Us's like in every city that they stopped in.
Whoa.
And he would look for Power Rangers stuff because I was obsessed with Power Rangers. And I got like everything my heart desired almost. I'm very spoiled. But yeah, so I love this one. My dad likes this a lot too. This is a cool one. It was cool.
So Emily, why are you lying about this?
Well, if I was lying, I could say I always wanted this and I didn't get it. But I had them get it for me today.
Wow.
Are we gonna not talk about the teeth marks too? Like, what is that? What's about?
Yeah, why
what's
were
up
you
with
biting
that?
it?
Listen, everyone knows when you play the flute, you bite it. You just, "No."
Out.
But yeah, it's a flute, so you would like put it in your mouth, like as a kid, and then you'd be like,
You seem pretty reluctant to put this one in your mouth. So we'll see.
Yeah.
well, I don't know if you know this, because it is electronic, you can't just put this in water and you know, you just
Right, and
kinda-
that feels like a design that they should have thought of when making the toy.
yeah.
Okay.
Before putting
It's
a
true. I wish
mouthpiece
that
on
there
it.
was like a hole in this so you could blow into it and it did something.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
You're telling me the knife flute has design flaws?
I also feel like we would have heard about it if the knife flute was electrocuting children everywhere.
Yeah, this is Bandai, 1994. It has the year that it was made. That's
Yeah.
so cool. Yeah, so I love this guy. I would like to not destroy it.
All right.
Okay, Christine, what have you
see.
got under that sheet?
Okay, so I have my Polly Pocket. So when I was a little girl, I was very much like a tomboy. The only girly toy I ever wanted was a Polly Pocket. And like this, my family wouldn't get it for me, but in the second grade, I had to write an essay about like who I wanted to be when I grew up. And I chose Polly. I didn't know it was supposed to be like
You
a real
dreamed of
person.
being a choking hazard.
Essentially. But then I wrote the paper and my mom bought it for me. And so this is like the only girly toy I really had growing up. I had 2 older brothers and I still love it. And you know,
The
she's so
lights
tiny.
work.
Yeah, how do the lights work?
And this is like my Polly Pocket. I would honestly spend hours. I was never really into Barbies, but this is just kind of like the only thing that I had.
Yeah.
You know, she's small and she can bend, and I would just take this everywhere I went and just play with it in the back of the car while my brothers were like, you know, being mean to me.
There's
and,
a Prince Charming.
and you can take them out.
Does
and
the
you can
castle
kind of-
doors open?
Yeah, please,
Yeah,
thank you for
absolutely.
asking.
You can place her.
A throne?
in them, yes. And they have
Wow.
little things where you can kind of hold them. You can put her
Oh
here.
my God, the carriage is
Yes.
so cute.
It's-
I feel like we can't destroy this because it would cause a power vacuum in the monarchy.
That's right.
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, and in my
This would
heart,
cause a
you
Game
know.
of Thrones
Exactly.
situation.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I
Yeah.
did see like genuine joy in your eyes describing.
Yeah.
agree.
And fear. I saw fear that
Yeah.
we were going to destroy it.
Okay, judges, how are we feeling? What gets destroyed?
I know how I'm feeling.
I'm conflicted. I'm honestly conflicted.
I'm conflicted because I genuinely believe that Emily wants this toy.
yeah.
That's
But-
true.
But the lack of just the way that she was touching it made it feel like it was a gross toy from someone else.
It's like something in like a doctor's waiting room.
Right.
I'm trying to emotionally detach from it.
Right.
Okay.
So that, and I just want you to know, if you destroy this, Mike Fleming will come for your ass. And he will say, that wasn't very nice, but it was a good show.
Such a bassist.
He's such a bass player.
Gwyneth, did you say you know what I think? Did I hear you say that?
I do. Yeah.
What
What?
do we? What?
do you
well, I
think?
don't know.
I don't know what you think.
Oh, I think that Emily's lying, and that this isn't actually her prized
Okay, so
possession.
your vote is to destroy the flute dagger.
That's correct. Even though now
Look
I've
at
been
Christine,
threatened with her
like,
dad coming after
guarding
me.
Polly Pocket with her life.
Yeah, I think I have to choose the knife flute, but
right.
mostly because I see the fear in Christine's eyes.
I feel like we might
No,
lose
it's
Christine
beautiful.
before we lose that Polly Pocket.
Yeah.
She would throw her own body onto
Yes.
Mad Dog's blade.
Yeah. No.
Okay, the judges have decided.
Can I
the
make
judges
one-
need to.
I just have a request. One of my Power Rangers is missing a gun, tiny little gun. Can I have Lucas use our 3D printer and make a new one?
You and Lucas can talk about that later. Well, come on out, Lucas. And if the judges could scoot back a little bit,
sure.
I've been told it's safe for the contestants to remain.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
And let's just
I'll make your gun, Emily.
grab that.
Thank you, Lucas.
Again, this is painful for me because this is a piece of toy history.
Yes.
And toy collectors everywhere are cringing and wincing.
Play the Power Ranger song one time. Whoa!
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Oh!
Oh no.
This is.
Oh, this is.
I'm
violent.
impressed by the sturdiness of the boot.
I know.
This is what the villains in Power Rangers wanted to do.
Emily, is there anything you'd like to say?
This was mine.
I've never played with a Polly Pocket in my life. Oh my God.
Christine is one of the best actresses I know.
I can cry and cute.
She can cry on cue. She can do anything. I hate that you made me go up against her.
Judges, do you have anything that you'd like to say?
You should be ashamed.
I'm sorry. I thought you were live.
Mike Fleming's coming for you.
Mike Fleming
I'm
is
coming, guys.
If he has time and a Southwest ticket with points, then
Sorry.
Gwynedd and Chase. Chase, back at it again. Would you like to
Really tempting fate.
show us your
I know.
wares?
Yeah, I'll
first?
show you. I'm nervous because I got away with the chinchilla thing.
Oh,
and now I don't.
no.
This is maybe worse because I have a few of those chinchilla covers. This is the only Bambi snow globe that I have. Okay, so I love this thing. It is a little chipped because I used to pick it up a lot. But let me tell you, I was
Chipped from picking it up.
real
hard.
Well,
Yeah, I mean-
put it down eventually.
and yeah, I got really sad because I thought that I like almost broke this thing legitimately, but I just like picked it up and it kind of like fell fast and chipped.
Okay.
I was also a scaredy cat of a child. Like,
I couldn't tell from Bambi Snow.
yes, this fits really well. But my parents took us my sister and I, to Disneyland in the like late '90s, and I was a scaredy cat, and I got really scared on the Snow White ride. When,
That's a
it's
scary ride.
The witch is coming around, and the apple. It really freaked me out. So afterwards, my sister and my dad went to go do more rides, but I needed to calm down a little bit. So I went to one of the stores with my mom, and I saw the Bambi snow globe, and that was exciting and fun, and just kind of calmed me down a little bit, like just being in a more relaxed area. So we went home, and I didn't realize that she told my dad, and he went back when I wasn't paying attention and bought it. So then they got this for me, and it stayed just on display forever. Until I chipped it and felt really bad, but luckily it didn't break fully.
How bad would you feel if it was destroyed?
I would feel really bad, but also I guess it would make good content. So.
Content has broken our brain.
Yeah.
We cannot. Why are we doing this? These are real childhood heirlooms, possibly, and we're just putting them at risk for. It'll make good content. What about integrity? What has happened to us?
We
as a
don't have that
society?
here.
We have mythicality. That's what we
Okay.
have.
Okay, thank you, Chase.
Bambi dies twice today.
What do we got?
Okay. This is something that's pretty cute, if you ask me. So what we have here is okay. So it's ostensibly.
What is it
a
ostensibly? I was going to ask.
Ostensibly, this is a ceramic zebra. But I feel like if you look more closely at it, you're like, that's a donkey. That's just a little donkey that's painted like a zebra.
It looks like a French bulldog and a zebra had a baby.
Okay.
It looks like a salt shaker. What does it do?
It looks like a Pokemon,
What does
like
it
a
do?
off-brand.
What does it do?
This is what's called a tchotchke.
Oh,
So this is something.
I've heard of these.
It's a small object that you like by virtue of it just existing, right?
Yes.
So this is something that I actually bought. This is not from my childhood, it's from my younger adulthood. I saw it at a yard sale and was like, I absolutely love this thing
How much
so
did you
much.
pay for it?
I mean, probably about $1, $2
It does
maybe.
feel like a good value. It looks well made.
Yeah. it's
What
pretty good
state
for-
were you in when you bought it?
Georgia. This is when it was getting
I thought you were asking like, were you
No,
drunk?
mentally.
No.
Okay.
No, because you have lived in a bunch of different states, so I thought that was
euphoria.
okay, that was a quick answer, Georgia,
Yeah, so I lived in Atlanta and I went
and that's true.
I went yard sailing with my friends, which I did very frequently, and I saw this little thing, and donkeys are my favorite animal, miniature donkeys specifically. I heard someone snicker. There's nothing funny, they're adorable. But I thought this was so cute and so funny, and I have weighed getting a tattoo of a small donkey that looks like a zebra. And I was thinking of things that would be like really sad looking to destroy. And I was like, that little zebra donkey would be so sad to get destroyed. Wouldn't that make everyone feel horrible in this whole place?
I mean, when I'm judging, like, indescribable animal versus Bambi and
Yeah.
a little bunny
Thumper.
rabbit.
Yeah.
Thumper.
I will say, Gwynedd is one of my nearest and dearest, and all those things you said are true.
See?
What about the
Which is what
tchotchkes
makes a
things
great
and the
lie.
She loves
What
tchotchkes.
about
She
donkeys?
did live in Atlanta. I have specifically heard her talk about miniature donkeys before. In fact, she showed me a video of one. So all of those things leading up to it are true. Either the people got her a really good fake prop or that is hers. Both could, and either could happen.
Right. So, but the fear I have is that will destroy another childhood toy. And the last time we did that, I almost cried.
Okay.
So, out of safety, because I destroyed someone's childhood toy, I'm going to pick Gwynedd's toy. I'm sorry.
So cute.
I think that is not Chase's snow globe. Because he still can't tell me how he broke it really. He said he picked it up and too fast and I
Have you
just
never done that where you like pick something up too fast and it slips out of your hand?
kind of, but that's where that break is not how that would happen. It's just not adding up for me
Like
as
the
much as I love
pantomiming
you.
of the break doesn't
Is
feel like
not-
it lines
yes.
up. However, as someone who is in this room with this snow globe, thinking about it being broken feels like I might be in the splash zone.
Totally. Totally.
Jarvis, it all comes down to you.
This is too much stress.
Look at it. Look how cute he is.
Well, for content, it would be funnier if Bambi died.
Yeah.
Fun to break a snow globe.
And I kind of do like that little freak.
It's against God's plan in the best way possible.
You just waxed eloquent about going too far for content and destroying kids' dreams.
And guess what? I did that on content because I'm a part of the problem, everybody.
That's
Let's
right.
kill Bambi.
Okay, judges, slide back for me, and Lucas is going to come in. We do have some safety things in place, so don't be concerned.
Okay.
But this is going to be a bad one.
This one's a production.
Oh
You
man.
wearing safety goggles?
None of this.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Is that a brine bag?
Yeah. Good eye, man. Good eye.
I love turkey. I love a good moist turkey.
6mm brining bag. That's
How
really,
did you know that, Matt?
really
I love a
smart.
moist turkey. I'm the family cook. I make the turkey.
I appreciate you making me laugh through this situation.
Aw, I'm sorry.
Brian and Bambi.
This is what I'll say. I want the donkey to survive even if it's not Gwynedd's. It's really grown on
Here's
me.
what I'll say. You brought this here. What happens once it enters the Thunderdome is not my responsibility.
Sure.
Yeah, that's so true.
Okay. Golf club.
I don't feel protected.
I know, not at all.
Yeah.
That's also a long club. Like, what are we doing? How about just pull on the backswing and the
kill
follow
the
through?
camera
The
people.
follow through is gonna kill me.
Got you, Hitch.
Oh! It broke the bag.
I knew that would happen. It's glass. It's sharp.
Yeah,
I guess
know,
that's
but a
Broke
brine bag
Bambi.
being a fourth.
Oh man.
I did a good job. I did a really good job.
Directly
No
into the
mess.
camera. I hope we have some good workman's
They're
comp
fine.
situation going on over here.
Chase, how did that feel?
I felt nothing. That's not mine.
Oh,
Okay, you made the right decision in the end. Only one of you is not here and crying. So I feel good. And guys, this is our last Good Mythical weekend of the summer. So thank you all for participating. And thank you to the little beasties who are watching at home. There's a brand new episode of Good Mythical Morning on Monday. And we'll see you on Good Mythical Weekend a little bit later. Celebrate Rhett and Link's 40th friendiversary with the special commemorative pin set and sweatshirt, available now at mythical.com.